Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The ceremony that you're about to witness is an Army wreath-laying ceremony to be conducted for the 100th Bomb Group. It is requested that everyone remain silent and standing during this ceremony. All military personnel in uniform should render the hand salute, and it is appropriate for all others to place their right hand over their heart upon the command of present arms. Thank you. Wreath and ho! Order! Halt!
Well, we can always put them in. It's a nice play. Very impressive ceremony.
Well, you know what I tell people all the time?
I was in prison. Of course, in prison camp, we moved out of there.
Did you know Bill Flum by any chance?
I bought it 2 days later. I went to whichever location. We went to the car and I signed it.
And it was so funny because he took his cigar out and there, took the
Pretty big.
Maybe I can do some line. Yes,
There you are, John, right there.
oh, there you are. June 3rd, 43.
First, 100 PG casualties.
Were you the pilot, John?
Smart ass in every crowd, right?
I bet you know that guy. Grenier, the man who came in there. So one mission, got shut down. What was the name? Grenier? Walt Grenier? No memory. This is Kid and Blakely.
I know. It's either that one or another one. I forgot what one. And the guy wanted it to like, okay, I'll use it first when I do it, and then I'll never.
Scrubbed. No takeoff today, General. You know,
You should see the regular. That's a regular.
Picture opportunity.
I have the magazine. Y'all don't even have one of these in the historical society. Colonel Jeff.
Page 20, that's his name comes out.
Planted
It's 25.
through it. Before you put it on your face.
This young lieutenant friend, so I think he's captain now. Look at that. Young
there you go.
Really
You got your mic on? I have my A2 jacket. My kids wore it out.
What'd you do?
This looks so little.
Huh? So little? Put your damn head tight to keep it warm, because it's fleece lined.
Hey, it may be too hot to wear this.
Huh?
It may be too hot to
It's
wear
pretty
this.
warm. It's pretty warm.
Radio?
Yeah. He hasn't got his mic on. Oh.
Those are terrific. That's just gonna float away in,
We will certainly give you a buzz one of these days. That's great.
We're going to get Harry.
Get your suits on and let's get with the program. Over. I'm delighted to be here today. Thanks to Harry Kruger, this is a terrific day for all of us. I'm glad to see so many old friends from the 100 and some new ones too. Thanks a lot.
I'm very delighted to be here today because the guys in the 100th allowed me to be here. I'm a B-24 man, and one of the big regrets I have is that I'm not going to meet Bobby Rosenthal today, but I've arranged to have somebody tell him that he let Ruby Fear and me down. But it's a joy being with these guys, and particularly because my pal Harry Kruger set it up. He's one in a million. Thank you.
My husband Ed Yevich here. He was a waist gunner on the bomber, and his pilot was Blakely, Everett Blakely, and we're very good friends still with them, and they're still in San Obispo, California. And it's a very nice party. Harry Kruger gives beautiful parties. We're looking forward to seeing everyone in Fort Worth at the reunion in October. And thank you.
The 100th are a tremendous party, and it's been a great time up here, and I really enjoy it. Thanks a lot, Harry.
For the beer, and thank Harry Kruger for a great afternoon and giving us the joy of seeing lots of the old buddies again. Thank you.
From the United States Air Force Academy, and I'm very happy to be here at Colonel Kruger's house. I've read A Wing and a Prayer. I want to thank everybody in the 100th Bomb Group for all the sacrifices they made, and basically everybody that had anything to do with World War II.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes some others coming in. Okay. Those of us assembled here today are former members, friends, or family of the 100th Bomb Group, an Air Force unit that fought and distinguished itself in the air war in Europe during World War II. We represent the Veterans Association of that group and speak on their behalf. The 100th Bomb Group was probably the most famous or infamous air group in World War II. Some of it might have been bad luck, some of it are bad stories, but a lot of it is true. But we won't go into detail on that at this time. It was formed and trained in the United States in early 1943 and flew in combat over Europe from England during the period of June 1943 until the end of the war in Europe in 1945. The group flew 306 missions or 8,630 individual airplane sorties. It dropped 19,270 tons of bombs on enemy territory, or the explosive, roughly the explosive equivalent of the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. I won't say whether we did more or less damage, but I suspect it was probably more because we spread it out wide.
Very good.
Its gunners shot down 261 enemy airplanes. 180 four-engine airplanes of the 100th Bomb Group were lost over enemy territory or due to enemy action. 1,772 men were on these airplanes. 617 were killed in action. 173 were missing in action. The remainder were prisoners of war, evadees, or escapees. From time to time, it has been said, I'd like to say this is not an original statement. From time to time, liberty must be refreshed by the blood of patriots. It is in memory of those airmen whose lives were lost, both known and unknown, that we present to you this plaque. Colonel Kruger, would you please read the plaque?
Thank you, General Jeffrey. 100th Bomb Group of members and guests, I would now like to read this inscription on the plaque. To our unknown flyers lost in combat in World War II, members of the 100th Bomb Group, Heavy, 8th Air Force, salute their courage and heroism. Their sacrifice for freedom and justice shall not be forgotten.
Would you please guard this carefully?
Thank you. Thank you on behalf of the Superintendent of Arlington Cemetery and the Department of the Army. This plaque will be placed in the Memorial Display Room, which is directly behind the unknown soldier that you were laid your wreath at today. It will be placed beside the plaque that you were there to present. I've tried to keep the 8th Air Force plaques together. We get 4 million visitors a year at Arlington Cemetery, so most of them will see this plaque. As soon as the renovation will be completed in January of '96, but this plaque will go up there next week.
Thank you very much. that concludes the remarks and ceremony, and we thank you very much for coming out and joining us.
You're welcome.
I would like to take this opportunity, since I've got the floor, to thank Harry Kruger and his family for the wonderful hospitality and arrangements that they have made to provide this this event and to make it such a success. And thank you very much for your help and accepting this.
You're welcome. Cemetery must have been 5 times at least.
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
They were changing it every day. New instructions.